Hello everyone and welcome back to the Algebra 2 series. Today I'm creating a video that complements one of my other videos in the Chapter 4 work. This one, the best fit line example. This time we're going to use the Casio um, graphing calculator rather than the TI. So if you've watched the other video, you notice that I went ahead and put in the proper values in that third column. So we're looking for discretionary income, and in class we've already touched on the first A through E questions, and what we're trying to do today is just hit this regression line answer with the graphing calculator. So the main thing is that we figure out how to put all the data in and calculate the regression line. So I'll calculate here my discretionary income by simply subtracting annual income minus fixed expenses, and I'm going to write it as a whole number, 4,000 here for K8. Okay, so I'm just filling in this column with the numbers that I would end up getting here. Here's an 18 over here. Hopefully my math is good enough this morning to take care of business on this. 29. These are all in thousands of dollars. So we're kind of setting that up. So what we're trying to do is plot uh, a line of best fit that relates the total income right here to the discretionary income. So here's our total income. Annual income could be total here, and discretionary income is on the far right. So the first thing I want to do is use my graphing calculator. As you notice, my Casio is turned on, but it's in the run matrix, so I'm going to press the right arrow key, and you notice there it goes to statistics, and press execute down in the lower right-hand corner to get this. We do have some values in our lists. We're going to take those values out and replace them with the ones that you see here. I'm going to leave these in whole values. So for example, my annual income will be just 20, representing 20K. So I'm going to press 20 and execute. That will replace the 1 with a 20. And then we're going to put a 30, etc. And I just work my way all the way down to 90. So as we all know, I am the world's fastest typer on this calculator. So just stay with me. If you're a little slower than me, that's okay. That's going to be a 60 and then a 70. Of course, 80 and 90. So we have all of our values in here in thousands. Then I'm going to press the right arrow key, and that takes us to the bottom of the other column, list 2, which will be our Y values. In this case, I'm going to put in our values in discretionary income starting with the number 4. So that's going to end up being a 4, then 8, then 10, 12, 18. So this is just a matter of plugging values into the calculator first, and hopefully at the end we'll have matching columns. And 35. So we just double check there at the end that our last value is equal, eighth row on both of them. All right, so very simply done on this Casio, a little bit different than on the TI. We simply press F1, which is graph, and notice it says graph 1. Before we go into graph 1, we're going to go to F6 right over here, set, and make sure that our list is correct. And as you can see there, list 1 and list 2 are the values for X and Y. And so we'll go back to graph 1, F1 again. Excuse me, let me exit first and then press graph 1. And we see the picture of all of our data. So that's great because it shows us that it is somewhat linear. And then let's calculate. And in this case, we want the X value, the one in the middle there, F2. And AX plus B is what we're looking for. So we have our regression line. So these are actually quite simple to do once you plug in all the numbers in the Casio. So your equation is going to be f, or your function, f of x is equal to the, I like to round to 4 decimal places, so it'd be 4298, 4298x, and then the b value is negative, so minus 6.5119. And of course, this is in thousands of dollars. So what's way more important than this function is how to interpret it. So I'll just put interpret with a question mark there because I think that's the critical aspect of this problem that we need to move forward with. But if you can't get it on the calculator to even get that function to begin with, then how can you possibly interpret it? So that's the main thing. What we wanted to do today is cover the Casio side of this, and we've already seen the TI side of it. So there you go. There's the method to plugging and chugging there on the calculator. We'll look more at this f of x function as we continue on. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps.